guys, you're watching Cutie Crafts. Today I will be showing you how I made this beautiful Sage player card as well as the Love Bite gun buddy from the game Valorant. I'm terrible at this game, but I really enjoy playing it with my friends. Usually my games just look like this.
Oh my gosh.
Just me constantly dying. What inspired me to make this video originally was when I saw that there were some pixel art gun buddies in the game that I thought were really cool. So I of course had to make a perler bead version, and this is using mini art cow beads to make the Love Bite heart. Now that I have my designs ready, the hardest part of perler beading is ironing them so that they fuse together and become one full piece. I'm going to use some tape here. This is just regular Scotch tape. What this helps to do is just get the beads off of the board so that you can iron it without possibly melting the pegboard. 1, 2, 3. Tap it off. Now I have my hearts here ready to be ironed. When I iron mini beads, I like to set my iron to the lowest possible setting, so I have it at number 1. I want my keychain to have a nice shiny finish on it, so I'm going to be using this Art Cal ironing film. If you want just a matte finish, then you should use parchment paper or the ironing paper that comes with your beads. Put one on top first. Just go in a circular motion like this, and then you can see through the film when the beads are fused together. This side's looking pretty fused, all good, and now we can flip it over and then take away the tape. And then we'll place another sheet on top. Should take a minute or two, and then soon we will have our Love Bite keychain. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna put a heavy book on top to let everything stay flat as it cools. Time to peel. Alright, so these are pretty much done, and now we just have to glue it all together. I'm using E6000 industrial glue. You can use any sort of super glue to attach everything together. To make the gun buddy base, so the part that holds the charm, I'm going to be using some 3D modeling, and I did this through Tinkercad, which is a free website for anyone to design 3D models, and I just made this really basic cylindrical shape based off of this image. Once I was done creating my model, I just saved it as an STL file, which I can then put into my slicing software. This is the software that tells the printer how to print the object. It gives it the code that allows it to figure out all of the layers that it needs to make to create your object. So I printed this out using my printer. I left a hole in the bottom of the model so that I can glue in a magnet, and then you can put it on your fridge or in a locker. It's gonna be so cool. I should have designed it in a way that I could print out separate pieces that have different colors, but instead I just opted to paint the yellow ring around this gun buddy base, and it still looks pretty good from far away. If you don't look at it too closely, you won't even notice that it was hand painted. But there's definitely room to improve this one. I'm gonna figure out, play around with Tinkercad later. But this is good enough, and then all I did was attach a keychain and a jump ring to the perler bead Love Bite, and then attached it to the 3D printed base. Moving on to another character who a lot of people for some reason call her Mother, like Mother Sage. Maybe because she's just always taking care of everyone. She's a healer. She can revive people. She gives people more health when they have lost some to damage. And yeah, I guess that's why people call her Mommy. I don't know. And Sage is actually the character that my friend plays the most because she is a healthcare hero. She is a healer. She usually plays Sage and knows how to use her well. I've played her a few times. I know she has this wall. She has this orb of slippery jade ice thingy. And because she needs to heal other people, it's best that she doesn't die, but knowing me, I'm just not able to keep myself alive for most of the game. But I do try my best to help others out when I can. Ironing Sage is pretty much the same as Love Bite. Since these are mini beads, I'm using some scotch tape to get it off of the board, and then I have my iron set on the lowest heat setting, just making sure that all of the beads are fused together until they make one solid sage. For this project, I explored laser engraving, which I've never really shown much on this channel. I just paid the library a small fee to use their laser engraver, and they showed me how to do all the settings and everything. I just had to bring the design, which I traced out on my iPad. I based it off of this design from the game, and then you just press start and it just engraves this really cool design onto this bamboo board that I got from the dollar store. Using some acrylic paint to get all of the details onto this bamboo board, I just layered lots of different blues and greens and turquoise together. I covered it in Mod Podge to give it a nice seal, and then added the yellow lines in afterwards. Then I just used some more of my industrial glue, my E6000, to glue Sage into place, and look at her. She's stunning. Stunning. I love it. It has my player name on it, and then the game title, I just put the :3 for a little smiley there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how I made this Sage player card. From far away, it looks pretty good. Like, honestly, if you don't look too closely, you don't even see the paint lines that much. This will be going on my whiteboard that is not in this room. I have to go back to my studio room because I'm in this bunker place that... No, this is the shooting range. Yeah, I'm in the shooting range. So I have to go back to my studio to put this onto my whiteboard. Let's see how it looks on the board. Sweet. And I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for being patient with me as you watch me die so many times, but that's just how Valorant is. You try not to die and try to help your team, but most often you're carried by the really good players. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll be back with another cutie craft. See you next time. Bye!